Hello, I'm Madeline Fleming. In news across West Tennessee this evening, few things can hurt worse than the loss of a loved one. Luckily, in Jackson, an outreach touches the lives of those who wish to support and to help the people left behind. This Monday, Union University will host the Remember Me Walk, an event that ministers to those who have experienced victims of homicide. Here's Mary Barnes with more.
There's no goodbye. There's no time to make plans. There's no time to reminisce with that person.
This year marks the 11th annual Remember Me Walk. The walk was started by Union University professors Terry Blakely and Nita Mayer. The event's purpose is to support families that have lost loved ones to homicide. It includes a dinner, a choir, a speaker, a balloon release, and the walk around Union's bell tower. Dr. Blakely, one of the creators of the walk, started the event to commemorate the lost loved ones. She shares her personal story on her family's loss.
And I lost my husband in 1999 in a home invasion in Miami. He was a pastor, and at the time of the invasion and at the time of his murder.
Social work Union University students and student marshals of the walk, Hannah Mead and Olivia Johnston, tell why the event validates the families that have experienced violent loss.
It reminds those families that who they've lost, we have not forgotten. And I think it's a beautiful thing when someone's like, I'm willing to take time out of my life to hear your story.
The event grows bigger with every passing year. Remember Me is now an important part of the Jackson community and beyond. The walk is a way for the community to come together and support those who have lost their loved ones.
I think it's really important for advocacy and just outreaching to a community that's here in Jackson and all over.
The event is scheduled Monday night on Union University's campus. The dinner line and sign-up open at 5:30 and the walk will begin at 6. Mary Barnes, West Tennessee Today.
Homicides are down in the last year across the state. That comes from the most recent figures from the TBI. But bigger cities still have a major problem with gun violence. Randall Kendrick has more on the figures.
When you look at the numbers, violent crime is indeed down across the state and in West Tennessee. But the number of homicides is still large in the bigger cities. Memphis is far and away the leader in murders in the volunteer state, with 200 in 2017 TBI crime report. Nashville was next with 107. Chattanooga reported 34 homicides. Knoxville had 30. And in Jackson, we had 7. Many of them were as a result of domestic disputes or crimes related to drugs or gangs. The TBI tells us 1 in every 6 murders in Tennessee are caused by domestic violence. In Jackson, more than 1,400 acts of domestic crimes were reported last year. Ironically, if you're looking for a city without much crime, nearby McKenzie is listed as one of the 20 safest places to live in Tennessee. Randall Kendrick, West Tennessee Today.
They smiled at each other before and after this week's debate, but Marsha Blackburn and Phil Bredesen had intense clashes during their showdown. Chloe Bitters tells us where the two candidates for Senate differ.
Both candidates took issue with each other over expansion of Medicaid. Blackburn accused Bredesen of draining the state's highway fund. Bredesen said Republicans have failed to properly fund education in the state. But both candidates tended to dodge the bullet on legalizing medical marijuana in the state, as 28 other states have. Blackburn said she is open to the idea, but Bredesen said more study needs to be done before he would be willing to accept legalizing weed for medical purposes.
Chuck Schumer, who has bought and paid for this campaign, he is Chuck Schumer's #1 recruit. Chuck Schumer spends more. When he comes to Phil and says, vote for this to spend more, he'll be there to do it.
There's another person on the stage here and so on who has been in Washington for the last 16 years and shows it, and is very steeped in that political philosophy, and frankly has gotten very good at it.
Blackburn's press secretary made it clear that the Congresswoman does not believe in legalizing drugs for recreational purposes under any circumstances. The former governor says he favors changing how marijuana is ranked on the federal drug scale. The two candidates have another debate scheduled in October. Chloe Bitters, West Tennessee Today.
Former Republican gubernatorial candidate Randy Boyd takes over as president of the University of Tennessee System November 22nd. The UT Board of Trustees unanimously approved Boyd. However, that did not happen without protest. In fact, some student organizations tried to disrupt the trustees' meeting. Protesters say that they do not want a politician as president. Several students had to be escorted out of the trustees' boardroom. Boyd will hold the job for either 12 or 24 months. More than 650,000 abortions were performed in the U.S. last year. Most of the women undergoing abortions are between the ages of 15 and 24. For nearly 3 decades, Birth Choice has offered an alternative of life for unborn children. Birth Choice also provides counseling for women as they consider their choice. On Saturday, the annual Walk for Life fundraiser will take place at West Jackson Baptist Church. The immense rainfall from the past week will have effects long after it's gone. The average temperature is expected to drop throughout West Tennessee. We'll see lows in the mid to upper 50s through Friday night, but early predictions of a drop into the 30s and 40s next weekend have changed. Here's Miles Randall with more on your West Tennessee Today weather picture.
Here's what it looks like. The cold front that passed through has become stationary. That's leaving us with showers on the backside. All of that is going to move out of the way, and high pressure is going to bring us nice weather for the weekend. Thursday night, the rain will finally be gone. High pressure will be on the edge of the Mississippi River, and our temperatures will be down in the 50s. Your West Tennessee Today forecast shows highs in the 70s all the way through Saturday. We'll have lows in the upper 50s through Saturday night. Then temperatures move back in the low 80s on Sunday. We'll have a chance of showers again during the first of the week. That's a look at West Tennessee Today weather. I'm Miles Randall, hoping you have good weather wherever you go in West Tennessee today.
The next major holiday weekend for driving will be Thanksgiving. For the last 2 months, gas prices have been fairly steady, but that all changed Wednesday. Ashley Green explains why.
We haven't reported much on the price of gas in the last month. That's because the price at the pump has remained steady, until now. For the last 6 weeks, the most frequent price in Jackson was $2.53 a gallon. 2 stations in Jackson, one in Milan and one in McKenzie, were at $2.49 a gallon. But yesterday, Huck's Convenience Store and Dodge's on North Highland jumped 16 cents a gallon to $2.69. That came as a surprise. Most oil experts don't expect the big price increase this fall because the demand for gas is going down.
Summer driving season's over. The kids are back to school. We're not planning big road trips. That brings demand down.
The big spike may not last long. Twice during the summer, the same 2 stations increased prices by 17 cents a gallon in one day. 3 days later, they were back to their original price. Ashley Green, West Tennessee Today.
Any doctor or nurse says getting up to move is one of the most important things you can do for your health. New research indicates that exercise can also help your memory. Campbell Paget tells us more.
Just 10 minutes of light exercise may boost your brain power. Researchers recruited 36 men and women all around 20 years of age. They were asked to ride a stationary bike for 10 minutes on one day and perform no exercise on another. Each exercise was followed by a memory test. 16 volunteers also underwent MRI brain scans after riding the bike. The results? People scored higher on the memory test after cycling. The authors say walking, yoga, and Tai Chi would also be considered light-intensity exercises. They say future studies should test the long-term effects of regular exercise on memory loss in older people. Campbell Paget with your Health Hotline report.
Lots of activities are on the calendar in West Tennessee this weekend, including Jackson. The local economy gets shot in the arm for Union Family Weekend. Hundreds of parents and siblings of Union University students converge on campus this Friday and Saturday. Parents have the chance to sit in on classes on Friday. On Saturday, a carnival takes over the Great Lawn of Union's campus. The weekend will end with a fireworks show over the Great Lawn.